Let's continue with question number 108. This is from statistics. It's about finding the median. So the data given is representing daily wages in rupees of a certain number of employees in a company. So daily wages are given in rupees 30 to 40, 40 to 50 and so on till 100 to 110, and number of employees are given 8, 14 and so on. You have to use a graph to answer the following questions. So first is represent the above distribution by an ogive. Again, generally for such questions, a scale is given in the question itself. So here I am assuming x-axis 2 centimeter equal to 10 units, y-axis also 2 centimeter equal to 10 units. So before we do the graph, the class intervals and frequencies are given. Ogive is a cumulative frequency curve. So before I even draw the graph, you need to also find the cumulative frequencies. So you note down in your answer sheet what are the class intervals given, what are the frequencies, and the corresponding cumulative frequency. So for example, I start with the first class interval 30 to 40, frequency is 8, so CF cumulative frequency is also 8. The next class interval frequency is 14, so its cumulative frequency will be previous CF plus its current frequency. So 8 plus 14, 22. Then the next one frequency is 12, so CF will be 22 plus 12, which is 34. Next one is 34 plus 17, 51. Then 51 plus 20, 71, 71 plus 26, 97, 97 plus 13, 110, 110 plus 10 is 120. So the last CF refers to the total of all the frequencies. So in the question, there are in total 120 workers and the data is in ascending order. So when I'm trying to look at the median will be the wage of the 60th employee. So that from the graph I will have to estimate and write what is the median wage. Now ogive I have to plot by looking at the upper limits of the class intervals and the corresponding cumulative frequencies. My x-axis in my ogive will be the class intervals, which is daily wages in rupees, that I need to mention here. 0, I'll start from here. 0 to 30, there is no data, so I'll put a break. So first is 30, 30, 40, 50, 60 with a gap of 2 centimeters all the way up to 110. And y-axis, I have to plot my cumulative frequency, and the maximum cumulative frequency goes up to 120. And if this is the scale, 2 centimeter is 10 unit on both the axis, I have to utilize the entire space in this graph sheet. So I have to plot the x and y axis right on the boundary of the graph. Otherwise, I will not be able to fit all the points in the graph for the given question. All right. Next, I have to look at my CF table. This is my CF table, and every upper limit, suppose 30 to 40, upper limit is 40. So corresponding to x value 40, I have to plot y value 8. So I will be plotting all the points right now. Corresponding to 40, I will have to carefully see where is 8. 0 to 10, there are 10 small divisions. So each small division is 1 unit. So 2 units below 10 will give me 8. So this is my first point. Then corresponding to 50, my cumulative frequency was 22. So 40 to 50, upper limit 50, CF value 22. So which comes up to be this point here. Then 50 to 60, upper limit 60, my CF value was 34, which will be somewhere here. Then for upper limit 70, CF value is 51, which is here. Then for 80, CF value is 71. So it is here. Then for upper limit 90, CF value is 97. So it will be here. Then for upper limit 100, CF value is 110, which is over here. And the last point will be corresponding to upper limit 110, CF value 120, which is over here. So these are all the upper limits with the corresponding CF values plotted. And anyway, my data starts from 30. So corresponding to 30, CF value is 0. So that is my first point in my ogive. Now, all the points that I've plotted till the last point, they have to be joined freehand. I need a freehand curve. If you use a scale to join consecutive points, it is incorrect. It will not be accepted. So you have to carefully look at the distribution of points overall and imagine a sort of an S curve. And then freehand, you have to join all the points like that. So here, I'm showing you how you can do it. So starting from this point, let's say, it's a freehand curve, so it will have some variation. It won't be exactly the same for everyone, but overall it should be something like this. It should be a free and smooth curve where you join all these points. All right. Now we have to look at the questions. Question was to find the median wage. So like I said, out of 120, see, it's group data, so it doesn't matter whether the total number is even or odd. I'm looking at somewhere in the middle. So middle of 120 is in my 60th number. So corresponding to CF value 60, you have to take a scale and then draw a line parallel to x-axis up till the point where it cuts the curve. And then you have to take that point, let's say the point is over here, and then draw a line perpendicular to your x-axis. So when you do that, put an arrow mark here, arrow mark here. So you look at the reading which you get here. Here I'm getting 70. See, between 70 and 80, it's 10 unit gap, and there are 10 small divisions. So each small division is 1 unit. So this line is coming up in the 1, 2, 3, 4th small division. So this is corresponding to 74. So then I have to write that my median wage, median daily wage was rupees 74. There can be an accepted variation of maybe plus or minus 1, but it should be somewhere around 74. Okay. After this, I have to find the percentage of employees who earn more than 84 rupees per day. Now this is a less than ogive, so it will help me answer number of employees less than some salary. And then if I know how many less, then I can subtract with the total to find how many employees are getting more than that salary. So now the salary, the wages are on the x-axis. So I have to locate where is 84 on my x-axis. So 84 is somewhere here, 84. I have to look at what is the CF corresponding to 84. So if I look at it, I have to draw a line perpendicular to x-axis till the point where it cuts the curve. So it's cutting the curve somewhere here. I'll draw an arrow mark that from 84 corresponding to that I'm getting a point over here. And the CF reading at this point will be around over here. So I'm drawing a line parallel to x-axis, and my CF reading is exactly 80. So my conclusion is that, see, this OGF always refers to, suppose corresponding to 80 rupees, sorry, 84 rupees, this is 84, I am getting a CF value of 80. So that means less than 84 rupees daily wage, there are 80 employees. So I will say that the number of employees earning less than 84 rupees is actually 80. Therefore, there were 120 total employees. So the number of employees earning more than 84 rupees will be 120 minus 80, which is coming up to be 40. Now they're asking for percentage employees earning more than 84. So it will be the number, which is 40 employees more than 84 rupees out of a total 120 employees into 100. So this percentage, this is 1 by 3. It is approximately 33.3%. 33.33%. I'm writing till 2 decimals. Now again, this answer might vary slightly depending on the kind of curve that you're drawing, but at least make sure that you're taking the correct reading from the graph. Here I've taken the correct reading 80 and I'm getting this answer. You might get a slightly more or slightly less, but it should not be very different. Answer given at the back would probably be 32.5%, which is close enough. Then I have to estimate the number of employees getting salary less than 56 and below. So again, I will look at my x-axis. I will mark where is 56. So 56 is here. Then I have to check the cumulative frequency corresponding to 56. So I'll draw my line. It cuts the curve somewhere here. So it's approximately over here, corresponding to CF value of 30. I'll draw an arrow mark here, and therefore I will say that corresponding to 56 rupees, there are 30 employees who are getting less than 56 rupees. So these are your answers. Median is 74 rupees. Percentage employees greater than 84 rupees is 33.33, and number of employees less than 56 is 30. Okay. Now, generally previous years, every time the question was to draw the graph and estimate given this data. But now you can also have a question where a graph is given to you, and based on the graph, they're asking you a couple of questions. So here in question 109, you have to study the graph and answer the question that follows. So this is a histogram given, and this shows the estimation of mode from the histogram. And the x-axis here label is height in centimeter, y-axis is number of students. Scale is also written here. X-axis 2 centimeter is 10 centimeter height. Y-axis 2 centimeter is 5 students. So when they are saying y-axis is 2 centimeter, 5 students. So this is 0 to 5. This is 2 centimeter. And in between, if you were able to see clearly, there are 10 small divisions within this 5 unit. So 10 small divisions correspond to 5 unit. Therefore, one small division corresponds to 0.5 unit. So when I'm taking the reading from y-axis, every small division is 0.5 unit. That I have to keep in mind. So the first thing they're asking you to make a frequency table for the information provided. So this is a class interval. So your frequency table should have class interval and corresponding frequency. So class interval, it's starting from 120 to 130. So that's my first class interval. And the height of the rectangle is up to here. So it is 2 small divisions above 5. So each small division is 0.5. So 2 small divisions will be 1 unit. So the height of this class interval is 5 plus 1 unit, which is 6 units. And like that, if I look at all the frequencies between 130 and 140, it is 2 small division below 30. So that means it is 1 unit below 30. That means frequency 29. Then the next one has height 2 small divisions below 34. That is 35 minus 1. So 34 is frequency here. Then this rectangle has height 4 small divisions above 20. So 4 small divisions correspond to 2 units. So it is 20 plus 2, 22 frequency. And here also it is 4 small divisions above 10. So it is 10 plus 2, 12. So your frequency table will look something like this. Your class intervals, which is height, and frequency, number of students, 6, 29, 34, 22 and 12. This is your frequency distribution table. Next, they're asking you the number of students whose height is less than 150 centimeter. So if you look at it, less than 150 centimeter can be 120 to 130, 130 to 140 or 140 to 150. So if you add the frequencies, how many students are within that range, it will come up to 69. So there are 69 students less than 150 centimeter height. Then they're asking total number of students. So if you just add up all the frequencies, you get 103. If you wanted, you can also write the CF values to answer these questions, but it's optional. Next, they're asking to find the modal height. So modal height, anyway, the lines of intersections are given here, and this line is drawn, which is meeting the x-axis over here. So if you had looked carefully, this line is in the 1 to 3rd small division, and between 140 to 150 there are 10 small divisions. So each small division is 1 unit. So 140 plus 3, the reading is 143. So modal height is 143 centimeter. So you have to mention in your answer sheet that modal height is actually 143 centimeter from the given graph. Then they're asking what is the difference between modal height and mean height if average height is 145.5 centimeter. Average and mean are the same thing. So the difference will be 145.5 minus 143, which is 2.5 centimeter.